Well, good morning. Welcome to build day 35. 3 days left until we officially open to the public. And it is 7:58 right now. In the morning, I am out here early. Woke up at 5 o'clock, couldn't get back to sleep. So I've been sitting downstairs for the past couple hours, waiting for it to lighten up enough out here and warm up a little bit. It was 34 when I got up. It is now 39. So we're just getting out here, getting the day started. Order of business today is the water room. We're going to get started on that. We got our floodlights, UV floodlights, all prepped and ready to go in. We got to get them out there and start putting them in. But I think before I go out, I'm going to take a look at the electrical wiring for the light box in the graveyard and see if I can diagnose why that thing is not coming on. Hold on 1 second. We'll get you breakfast of the day here in just a bit. Okay, breakfast of the day as the sun comes up. Let's see. Chocolate cake and milk. There's your breakfast of the day. I'm up on the ladder by the mausoleum arch. There's Gargi. I wanted to look at the connections. That is the back of the light box. It's not working. I wanted to trace a wire. I'm running all my wire through my haunt, for the haunt, through this corner here, and it drops down, goes over to the back of the power box. I was thinking I was running wire going down this wall, and to go to other places in the haunt, and I was wondering if I might have frayed the wire or something, and that might have caused the light box from not working. And I was up here looking, and it looks like this is the wire going to that light box, and it goes into two connectors right here. The only thing I can think of is one of these connectors might have failed on me or something, because the wire looks totally fine. So I'm going to mess around with it a little bit, see if I can get that light box working before we head over to the water room. I know, shaky camera angles. Oh, Hannah and Brian, we got your card. Thank you. It was cute. Welcome to As the Ponds Fear. And I hear a Kaylee coming. There's my Kaylee. She found me finally. We got the dye in. As you can tell, the water's a little green. We're doing the largest pond first. This will take probably about a half hour to 45 minutes or so to fill. And I fill it all the way up to about an inch below the top. And we got the dye in there. I've got the dye in this one ready to go. This one will take probably about 25 minutes or so. It's about half the size of the other one to fill. And over here, while those are filling, those two ponds, I went and mixed up some more of the dye, and they go in the water tubes. I got four there, and a 6-pack over with Fred around the corner, and each one of them gets one of these in it. Then I can use a hose to fill the watering pot and top it off. So we are going to start filling watering tubes, or the water tubes. Now, if the ponds aren't done by the time I'm done with the water tubes, we'll get our fence panels up here and here, and we'll get our hay in over by Fred and in here, and then I'm not sure what we're going to do. I still got the control board to do. I got the 2 foggers to put in, and if I'm going to put those in, that means I'm going to need to get into the photo op as well as soon as the ponds are done filling and turn the pumps on and test those. That means getting into the photo op. I'll probably get the projector and the fogger in there too and get those done and out of the way. Right now I'm in doing Mishkabibble stuff. I don't want to venture too far away from the ponds in case there's a problem or something. So I'm trying to stick right around in this neighborhood. I guess I could start wiring up the photo hallway. You know, that'd be right next door. That's something I could do while I was waiting. I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see. Okay, pond update. I forgot one critical thing about this goddamn yard. It slopes slightly. This end is right up to the corner. This corner is the lowest spot for this pond. While the other side, you can see over there, there's still 2 to 3 inches to go. Well, I keep forgetting this every year, but what I should do next year, and I should make myself a note, is this front rail on the pond on the low side. I should, instead of using 2x10s, which is what I use to do the ponds, I should use 2x12s. That way I can fill it until the back end is totally full. And that gives me a little extra. This pond, I'm just starting to fill. And the high end is over there. The low end is over here in this area. As you can tell, the water's migrating down here first before it's filling up there. So I'm probably going to end up having about the same problem. But ponds are filling. The ponds are what they are. I ain't going to bitch. It's water. And how many haunts do you know that have glowing ponds with fountains in them? This year we've got 3. We got Morgan's Wall. We got the Leering Skeleton. And we got the water wall. Now, while this big pond was filling, I went through and got all the water tubes with some dye in them and some water, so they're filled. I got Fred's and the 2 over in the boxes done. 14 tubes altogether. I also closed off the ponds because Kaylee has a couple of different fetishes. One, she loves water. She'll be crawling into these things like crazy if I leave them open and shredding the liners. 2, I got little plastic eyeballs in here floating around. She likes to fish. Every year we lose about half of them. She's learned she can stick her paw in and paddle a little bit and they'll float over toward her. So we got the gates up. Now, next step is hay. I got little spots like in here that need hay, in the boxes, over by Fred. They need hay. Since I'm just starting this pond, I can step away from here for a little bit and long enough to go get the hay. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step away. Okay, now how does the old saying go? A watched pot never boils. I think they mean the same thing about filling ponds too. This is the smallest pond, and God, it seems like it's taking forever to frickin' fill. I'm kind of at a standstill now. Until the ponds get full, I can't go on to the next step. And next step is going to be a multi-step. One, it involves the fountains. I've got to get the fountains plugged in and make sure they're all adjusted right, which means possibly go on waiting if there's a problem. This pond here, or this fountain here in the water wall, or the video pumping station, has a nozzle on it. If that nozzle isn't aimed correctly, it can shoot the water out of the pond, and if it's down too low, it'll hit the foam pipe and eat the pipe up. So every year it needs to be adjusted. I'm going to have to wait in after the pump's on and adjust it. This guy, the Leering Skeleton, and get you a little bit closer look there, you'll see a hose sticking out of his mouth, is also a fountain. Same thing, I've got to adjust him. If I don't have it adjusted quite right, he'll shoot water out of the pond, especially over here on this edge hitting the light when he's turned on, because he swivels back and forth. So he's probably going to need adjustment. Now my biggest fear right now is this water wall and the new fountain. With our old water wall, the way we had it set up, we just had the top bar on it. We always had a problem with the jets on the end because it would shoot water out of the pond. You know, I'd have, just like it is now, I'd have one side, you know, where the water would just land harmlessly back in the pond, and the other side was just semi-close to the edge. And what I would have to do was put plexiglass a sheet of clear plexiglass in over there, so the water would hit that and just run right back into the pond. Now we've tested this and everything out in the backyard. There was a little bit of an overspray. How much, it was hard to gauge. I won't know. So I really won't know until we turn the pump on. Once the pump's on, if it's shooting out at all, I'm going to have to go waiting and put the plexiglass in over there. So, I've got some adjustments with the pumps to do. That's pretty much the next step. Thing is, the connection for them, the pumps run, now that the water's in, will run every day until we close. Which means they get plugged in to the same circuit the blow-up's on. That way I plug in one switch and the blow-ups and the pumps come on. And that connection is out in the photo op. If I'm going to have to crack the fence open to get into the photo op, I might as well get the projector in there and get the fogger in there as well. So we'll be doing that and then turning the fountains on and screwing with the fountains. And then once all that's done, I'll start worrying about the control box for this display, as well as the 2 foggers. Yeah, this room's getting 2 foggers. The toxic waste and hazardous waste are hooked up to a fog machine, if you didn't see the build on it. So I've got those set up on a timer, so it just kind of wafts out the bottom every so often. This guy, however, his barrel has a fog tube on it too, for a second fogger, and it's hooked up to the control board. So I've got to get those in. I have to have the foggers in order to get them set, so I can do just one thing after the other. But we are very close to being done. We got to test the pumps, make sure they're aimed right, put the foggers in, put the control board in, and then get the fogger and video projector out in the photo op. And then we'll see where we are from there. If I get all that done and everything's working as intended, we'll work over on the photo hall. And the photo hall, I gotta get her eyes plugged in, and then we're gonna go through and get all the light boxes plugged in. And we got a control box and speaker for the mirror that's gotta go in. And I'm not sure on the portraits. I'm hoping the light boxes will give enough light that people can see the portraits. If not, I'm going to have to come back through with some LED spots and put an LED spot on each picture. So, I don't know. I don't want to put any spots in until I see what these new light boxes I did over the winter are going to do. And then I got the old ones. Oh, and I got to run a 5-watt circuit for these guys, so these guys work. So, photo op will take a bit to wire. I'm hoping to get to it tonight. I'd like to get the water room totally done today. Okay, I don't know how well this is going, but we've got a fountain there. I didn't have to do any adjustments on it. We got the noisiest one in here, which is the water wall. And I don't know how well you're seeing it, but the water wall is going, and it looks like it's fine. I still need to check over here in this corner to see if it's flashing out. Only way of doing that is going wading. And then this one's up and going too, and it looks like it's going good. It's getting dark enough. I was able to do some aiming on the floodlights as well. And they're doing good for generalized locations, but not enough to lighten up the room. Now normally we use 6 4-foot black lights in here to light this place up. I think I'm going to go up in the attic. I'm going to grab 2 of them, and I'm going to attach. When I go waiting to check the water over there, I'm going to attach one up atop across the water wall. That will reflect it this way. Now I'm going to put a second one over here because I'm noticing the dogs on both sides and Fred are struggling to light up. So I'll put another one there, and we'll just have 2 fluorescents in here. The rest will all be done by spot, which will be, or by flood, which will mean it'll be a lot darker. So I've got to go get 2 of the black lights and a couple of extension cords, and we'll be done with this phase. Okay, we're over in the chain hallway. You should be able to see the blue flashing light behind me. Show you what we ended up doing in the black light room. I put 2 of my floods in here. The zombie bait right now is not working because he's not hooked up to the control board. He's one of those ones you have to damn near scream at to get him to work. But my LED floods from Haunted Treasures, the UV ones, work great, but they're more of a targeted style flood. They don't cover a large area. They're kind of like a supersized spot. But it just made it way too dark in here. So I went and I hung up 3 out of the 6 black lights I have. I have 1 over the water wall, 1 over the barrel, and I hung the 3rd one here. And as you can see, things are lit up really, really good. They're glowing. The water is what's really getting me too. You can really see the water glowing there. Or at least I can. I don't know what the camera's picking up. The ponds are glowing good. That one is at least. This one we're having a problem with, and there's nothing I can do about it. The flickering green floods inside the barrel, inside the plastic warning bucket, is muting the glowing of the water. But not too bad. Okay, last look at the water room for the night. We are done in the water room for today. I still have 2 foggers and a control board to put in on the other side of the video pumping station. That I have to do from outside the tent in, and it's just too late at night to be fucking with that. I'll wait till daytime. Plus I gotta get 2 speakers in for the projector. The projector I've got set up on full blast, but that water wall is so noisy you can't hear it. So I'm gonna put a couple of speakers on that projector and just go with that, I think. So what I think I'm gonna do next is we're gonna move over. I'm gonna, go turn off the AC. I don't need the AC on now. We got everything tested. And I'm turning on my headlamp, sorry. I'm turning off the AC so he'll shut up. Because every time the light moves, he starts talking and he's fucking annoying. But I've got light boxes scattered out throughout this whole area. I'm going to start the wiring on them. I will not get it done tonight, I know that much. But I'll at least get a start on it. I also need to run a 5-volt line for these guys, which I think I'll probably wait till tomorrow. I'm going to focus on the light boxes tonight. How many light boxes do I have in here now? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got 14 light boxes in here now. And I'm not sure. I'm going to try hooking them up all onto one circuit. I may end up having to do 2 circuits. Sometimes if you hook too many of them up to one circuit, they'll have trouble working. So, but we're going to try doing 2 circuits. I got a cord hanging down here. It should be hanging down. There we go. But anyway, I'm going to go get the AC off, get my control boxes out here, and let's see what we can do as far as running these, getting some of these light boxes ran. Okay, boys and girls, end of the day wrap up. Yes, I did make it over into the photo hall. I had all the small picture light boxes. I can't remember how many I said. Go back to the other segment. I mentioned in the other segment how many I had to do. Anyway, I got them all wired up except for the three jumbo ones. Those I'll do tomorrow. Then I need to also hook them up to the power box. But it's after 10 o'clock. I'm exhausted. I've been up since 5. I've been out there on the hunt since 8. And the only real break I had, 15-minute lunch. Hour and a half break running my mother around on her errands. And then a 20-minute dinner. So not much time off. I spent a lot of time out in that hunt today. And I'm tired. But tomorrow, we've basically got 2 days left to get everything done. And as far as everything that needs to get done, there's a lot of it. And a lot of it's a little shit that won't take a whole hell of a long time. I know first order of business tomorrow, I've got to get out there, get the rest of the light boxes wired up, get it hooked up to power. I've got the 2 cameos, which are 5 volt. I need to get those wired into the power box. Then I need to run a 12 volt line over to the mirror display. For the Iron Maiden, I got 2 of my LED candles and the control box and probably 2 floods to uplight the skeletons by the mirror. Once that's done, I've got the control box plus 2 foggers and some speakers I need to put in the water room to get that finished off. The projector that goes in the photo op, I did get that put in tonight as well. Did a check on that, and I need to raise it up. The blow-up kitty that's in the photo op, the one with the orange pumpkin and wearing the witch's hat, is hitting the box and causing it to tilt slightly, which is throwing off the projector. So I need to redo that and put it on a higher post so the blow-up kitty isn't bothering it. That's a quickie project. And then I've got to get the 2 projectors in up on the front porch as well as the hidden door. I got to get that in. We got to get the stereos in. I've got all the black tarp curtains I need to put in throughout the whole haunt. You know, it's just a lot. We're getting down to the point where it's just a lot of little things that need to be done, and they're more time consuming than anything else. Tomorrow's my last full build day for the haunt. Thursday, most of the day Thursday is going to be build. 6:30 tomorrow night, we have VIP night. We're expecting about 50 people to show up, and they're going to stress test the haunt for me. So I need to have as much as I can up and running and working for that. And I have tomorrow and most of the day Thursday to get it done. The photo hall is the last major project out there, you know, and that's just hooking up the light boxes, the cameos, and, you know, the miscellaneous stuff in there. And I do need to throw a couple of floods out in the exit hallway as well. Right now the only thing lit up out in the exit hallway is George. The rest of the hallway is black, and I can't leave it like that. I gotta have a couple of lights out there. But that's pretty much where we stand. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go get you guys edited and uploaded, and I'm going to bed. I'm beat. Good night all. Stay spooky. Stay toxic.